guys? Welcome back to T-Bone Southern Ride. As we're going down the road at half the speed we need, riding on Big Papa. I love it when you call me Big Papa. I'm my 2003 Fat Boy here. As you coming into episode 4 of the rocking, shocking October of Moto and Mayhem. If you've been keeping up, you've seen The Hills Have Eyes, you've seen Comedy of Terror, you've seen Beetlejuice, and now you're going to see what I thought was a movie from 2019. Now this is a newer movie, 2019, that kind of flew under the radar and didn't really get exposure like it should have got, because it actually was a great movie. But before we get into that, guys, I'm used to, this is all kind of weird to me, because I've got my opening at the very beginning of the video, as you've seen in the last couple of videos. I'm used to shooting the intro, doing a short intro clip, and then my intro music and video, and then going into my content. So on these videos I don't have my intro content, and it's kind of weird because I'm used to having that moment of pause from clip 1 to I run my intro. But anyway, so I hope y'all are enjoying the rockin', shocking October of Moto and Mayhem. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm enjoying making these videos, guys. Of course, we're well into October here. I'm trying to do 2 videos a week for this series, which being the Halloween series that's going to lead up to Halloween. I'm paying close attention to the weather because I want to shoot as much of the video content as I can, either on Big Papa or on the Blue Moon. And I'm watching the weather, and I may end up having to do some of them in my truck. But either way, we're still riding in the truck, going down the road at half the speed we need, so it's still considered T-Bone Southern Ride, just in a truck. But nonetheless, here we are. We got a beautiful autumn day. The leaves are falling like crazy. Season change has definitely happened, but still in short sleeves. Somebody asked where my picture-in-picture view was. On the Blue Moon, when I shot the Comedy of Terror, in my infinite wisdom of putting the new bars on the Blue Moon, I forgot to leave an upper spot for my GoPro mount. So I've got to go back and find a location and play with the camera. But the reason I'm not using it on Big Papa is I'm using that camera for other projects right now, and I'm trying not to mix up my content with the projects that I'm shooting, which I'm going to try to debut them. They're going to be 2 different projects, and it does involve chickens. Watch out, chicken. You going to run out in front of me too? Really? I'll eat you. Fried chicken all day long, baby. Never know what you're going to see, baby. Coming up out of Hills Holler. Chickens riding around on the side of the road. But anyway, these projects, they're going to involve, one's going to involve Big Papa, and the other one's going to involve the Blue Moon. So keep your eyes open for them. And they're not going to be specific Monday or Friday or whatever videos. Just as soon as I'm done shooting them and putting in my clips and editing, I'm just going to go ahead and load them up. So keep an eye on that. 2019, guys, that was where we were at, talking about a movie that I believe flew under the radar. It starred Ewan McGregor, and if you are a Stephen King fan like I am, then I don't need to say, have you seen The Shining? Because I believe whether you watch the original one with Jack Nicholson in it, or if you watch the remake that came through in the 90s, you've seen or at least heard about The Shining. Red Rum, Red Rum. So Ewan McGregor starred as Danny Torrance, And of course, the original Shining fans are going to remember that Danny Torrance was Doc, the little boy who went to the Overlook Motel with his dad and mom. And I'm not actually doing a review on The Shining right now. I'm talking about the movie Dr. Sleep. Now, Dr. Sleep follows Danny into adulthood. Of course, anybody, the pretense of The Shining was that anybody with any kind of psychic ability were called, they said they had their shine. So Dr. Sleep was put out in 2019. Ewan McGregor done an excellent job playing Danny Torrance in it. And it's a sequel to The Shining. And it all ends up back at the Overlook Motel. It ends up the Overlook Inn. It ends up with a set of monsters being introduced in it who like to eat people's shine, who likes to drain them of their psychic ability because it's kind of like food for them or like a drug for them. You got the main antagonist is, I believe the character is called Rose the Hat, I think. I can't remember. But this movie, guys, was really, really a good movie. I actually enjoyed it because I was kind of like, anytime you're taking a movie from the 60s or 70s, whether it be The Shining or any other movie, and you wait till 2019 to shoot a sequel for it, I kind of worry about what how close to the original story are you going to stay, and is it going to make sense with the storyline that you go with? And Stephen King did not disappoint in Dr. Sleep. It was straight across the board a Stephen King movie. But what I found to be interesting about it is not only is it Doc that's fighting these monsters, but he ends up connecting with a young girl who, again, she has psychic ability, but she has strong psychic ability. Excuse me, guys. Whatever's blooming out here is still getting to me day to day. But anyway, some of these characters, guys, I can't remember the name of the characters in the movie. It's actually, I'm not going to lie and say I watched Dr. Sleep last night because it's been a minute since I've watched it. But I'll tell you what, guys, the cast, the antagonist, Rose the Hat, she was a really cool antagonist because you rooted for her demise the whole time, and it all kind of ends up, like I said, at the Overlook Inn with Doc and the young girl there, and Rose the Hat comes out and says, am I supposed to be scared? And Doc's like, not of me. It's all the things from the Overlook that he locked in a box when his dad, who was played by Jack Nicholson in the original movie, went AWOL and was trying to kill everybody. But actually, guys, it was a really, like I said, it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I actually, like I said, I thought it kind of flew under the radar, which is why I give it number 4 in T-Bone Southern Rides, Rockin' Shockin' October of Motos and Mayhem. I gave this one number 4 because I really thought that it flew under the radar, and I really thought it was a great overall movie. I mean, beginning to end, you're kind of invested into the characters already from The Shining. And of course, in The Shining, the big storyline was that Danny's dad was an alcoholic. When he started drinking, he turned into this totally different creature. And you kind of see in Dr. Sleep, without me giving too much of the storyline away, because like I said, guys, I don't want to give a lot of these storylines away in these movies, because there may be somebody out there who hasn't watched it yet. It may be on a list to watch, or maybe you heard about it, didn't get a chance to watch it, and then you just forgot about it. But here we are, Halloween 2021, guys, and I'm telling you, go back to 2019 and really check out this movie, Dr. Sleep, because I thought it was a great movie. I really did. And again, like I say, you're following characters that you're already invested in. And you'll recognize some of the characters as you're going throughout. But you got to be careful with these characters too, because you'll end up getting invested in the wrong ones if you ain't careful, which I did. The Snakebite girl, I kind of got invested in her character in the beginning because I didn't think she was an evil person. I just thought she was kind of doing her thing, and then she ends up with this group of monsters, and yeah, she's a bad person. But Dr. Sleep, guys, Ewan McGregor, and again, it's just a great cast from top to bottom. One of Rose the Hat's partner antagonists in the film, if you will, she calls him the Crow Daddy, and he's actually a really cool character to be invested in and to follow throughout that movie. But that's it, guys, into this thing. Of course, episode 3, Beetlejuice, we had to shoot it in the truck. Me and Arwood reviewed it together, and we're going to review a couple more together for this series. And somebody asked me one time how many episodes of this series that I thought I was going to shoot. I honestly don't know. I've got to just kind of see what I'm going to have the time, because at work I'm still right in the middle of fall soccer, so I'm just going to have to play it by ear and see what kind of time I got, which some of my recording may start taking place over a couple, 2 or 3 days, and it may be in the truck. I may have to shoot the truck some, shoot on the bike some, and I hope, you know, you guys are okay with that. But you know, to get the content that I'm wanting to get and get the quality of content that I'm wanting to get, I may have to kind of you know, I may have to play around with the formula just a little bit to get it right. But I'm enjoying this, guys. I tell you, beautiful fall weather. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but we're starting to get a lot of our beautiful fall colors here in North Georgia. Of course, leaves are falling. Autumn is getting to be now in full swing. Beautiful to look at. Even though I'm out here in short sleeves this afternoon, there's still a little bit of, not a coldness, not enough to make you cold while you're riding, but it's just cool to keep you cool while you're riding. This right here is perfect riding weather. It's about 75, 76 degrees. No big wind blowing, or, you know, no sun beating down on you, making it 81. I mean, there's overcast with a little bit of sun. It's like partly cloudy. Beautiful, beautiful riding weather. So I hope you're at least getting out on your bikes and getting to enjoy some of this. I know there's some rain coming in over the next few days, starting October the 4th. I think there's supposed to be rain that whole week. But I hope you're getting to come out here. If you got a bike, I hope you're getting, or if you don't have a bike, I hope you're in your truck, your car, on your four-wheeler, getting to enjoy some of God's country, some of the beauty that He has given us. But I tell you what, guys, enjoying it. And like I said, I've got a couple of projects now. Video project for Blue Moon, video project for Big Papa here. Just all kinds of stuff going on, guys. I've got ideas coming out my ears. I'm to the point now to where to execute those ideals, I'm going to have to make the time to execute them. And you know, I've got content already edited, ready to be uploaded. It's just waiting for its turn to go up. But you know, I don't know how many, but I can tell you, when we get to the middle of this series, when I say, all right, guys, we're at the middle is going to belong to one movie. And now in episode 2, when I did Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, and Boris Karloff, I teased there for just a second that I was going to tell you who the middle of this series was going to belong to, and then I decided not to. Well, I will tell you this, seeing as how I'm doing Stephen King today, Dr. Sleep, the middle of this series will belong to Stephen King, but I'm not going to tell you which movie of Stephen King's that it's going to be. But I promise you it's probably not going to be the one that you're thinking. So with that, will it be The Shining? Will I go from here to the center and do The Shining? Or will I do It? Or what about Pet Sematary? Never know. I could devote an entire series to just Stephen King movies. And I may do that one time. I may just take a time when I'm low on other content, and I may just dedicate an entire series to nothing but Stephen King. But I will go ahead and tell you that the middle of this series, Stephen King and one of his movies will be the focal point of that episode of T-Bone Southern Ride, Rockin' Shocking October of Motos and Mayhem. And then we're going to go on to October the 31st, guys, Halloween. Halloween will belong to one creator, and I will be reviewing 4 movies from one creator. But they all come from the same guy, and it's not going to be who you think. Unless you're thinking T-Bone's lost his mind. Because, I mean, you could do that 4 movies. That could be Stephen King, Wes Craven, the great John Carpenter. I mean, that could be a lot of different people. But Stephen King's going to be in the center, but I'm going to make you wait all the way till October the 31st to see who Halloween belongs to. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. But, guys, I'll tell you what, outside of all the other project stuff I got going on, I'm excited about this. Of course, Halloween is my favorite time of the year. So, guys, remember, like, comment, share. Drop down. Give me some video suggestions. Like I said, outside of the middle video and the Halloween Day video, nothing is set in stone. Because, like I said, The Hills Have Eyes was R1's very first pick that I should do, because I'm such a big fan of The Hills Have Eyes. A big Vincent Price, Boris Karloff, and Peter Lorre fan, so there was no other way to go but the trilogy or the comedy of terror. And of course, Beetlejuice is always a great standby. And Tim Burton, again, Tim Burton can make it in this list several different times, several different times, and he may do it. But like I said, guys, episode 4, I'm wrapping it up right here. Remember to like, share, comment, leave suggestions. Let me know. You may know of a movie that I've never seen. So drop down, hit the comments, and I'll tell you what, guys, we're moving right along with T-Bone Southern Ride's Rockin' Shocking October of Moto and Mayhem. Until the next time, guys, I am T-Bone, and this has been the Southern Ride.